All right, ladies and germs, here we go. We're going to start the next section, and this is the grand finale. This is going to take a while. We're going to take a look at major skeletal muscles and what they do, and we're going to start with today, Roman numeral 1, muscles of facial expression. Whoops. Now, here's the cool part, okay? Most muscles will originate and insert on bones. But in this case, the insertion point, and remember, the insertion point is the end that moves. I hate that little bit of wiggle in this table. I'm going to fix that. The insertion is the end of the muscle or the tendon that moves. In this case, muscles of facial expression all have insertion points that attach not to a bone, but to the skin. Skin of what? You guessed it, the skin on your face. So here's the big question. If all of these muscles insert underneath the skin on your face, when these muscles contract, what will be moving? If this is the end that moves and it's attached to the skin, you guessed it, the skin moves. As a result, you can manipulate the skin on your face, and that creates expression. Now, why is that so important? Well, we're human beings. We communicate not only through language, but a very large portion of our communication is physical. It's not verbal. And how is it physical? Not just with posture and the position of your body, but specifically in this case, the position of the skin on your face. So we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to do a drawing here, and then I'll keep switching this out, and then we'll do the instruction because we kind of want to do a flip-flop. And just so you know, I know it's cyber school, but all of you should be taking your own notes when you watch these videos. Because this next big test, I'm not going to do the big review guide and give you all of the answers. You will now have a full set of online notes from these videos to work from. So make sure you're taking notes. And if you haven't been, go back and watch the videos again. And get busy. I don't ask for a whole lot. So I'm going to draw a little face here. No making fun of me, but the good news is I can't hear you if you are. I'll feel it though. I got one feeling left. Don't hurt it. And don't make fun of this drawing. I don't draw very well. And I know it looks like an egg. It's still a face. Okay? There's my face. And I'm going to put two eye holes on there. I'm not going to draw eyeballs because I'm not a good drawer. And they're not in the center. And then I'm going to put a little nose right here. Here's his little nose. And then I'm going to put his little lips right here. And yes, I could have done a stock photo, but I like to do original stuff. Okay? So we got eyes, nose, perfect. Now, I'm going to draw a dotted line right down the mid-sagittal plane. And there's a reason for this. And there's a reason. Now, on both sides of your face, you have the exact same muscles right and left. They're all there. But what I'm going to do, okay, on this side of the face, I'm only going to do superficial muscles. So this side of the face represents anything that's closest to the surface. So this word superficial is a directional term. You can go to the center of your body and then work your way out. Superficial is on the surface. So these muscles of facial expression are directly under the skin, okay? Now, you have superficial muscles on the right and on the left, but this side over here is going to be is going to be reserved for drawing deep muscles. Deep muscles, guess where they're at? They're under the superficial muscles. So I don't want anybody to be confused in this video. Anything I draw here is also here. Anything I draw here is also over here. What I'm going to do is do superficial here, peel that layer off, and then show you what's underneath on this side. And today in this lesson, I'm just going to do superficial. I'll divide it into 2 lessons so it's not too long. And then I'll do deep tomorrow and post that. And then I'll have a one-time summary event. But you have to watch both videos to get the answers to the questions right. Okay? So superficial. Now we're going to start, I'm going to put muscles on here. We're going to start right here. I'm going to put a muscle. There's a muscle that goes around each of your eyes. So remember, it's also over there. And then I'll just draw some fiber tracks so you know this is a muscle. And we're going to label this guy A. Try not to put any of your notes around the face. So I'm going to pull this off the screen, and then I'm going to get this piece of paper. I'll keep that right there and come back. So I'm going to put under Roman numeral 1, I'm going to put A, and that first muscle is called orbicularis oculi. And I'll put M period here the first time. I'm probably not going to keep doing that. But the name of this muscle is orbicularis oculi muscle. Now, what do these words mean? And we always want to take a look as much as we can at what this means. But watch, oculi always refers to what? Who knows? Who knows? See, if I was in class, somebody would say this. I heard it. Eye. Very good. Orbicularis refers to going around in a circle. And you know this word orb. I don't know if you guys read enough books, but the word orb is a three-dimensional sphere. It's a circle, right? So we have a muscle that goes around in a circle. Where? Around your eye. So you one-stop shopping. It tells you right where it is. And if I bring my picture back out here, look at this. We have a muscle that goes around the eye in a circle. Now, what do you think this muscle does? Well, I will give you a clue. This muscle is a sphincter. It controls the diameter of a circular opening, which is your eye. So if that's a sphincter, then we're all buttheads. Get it? Sphincter says what? Guess, yeah, never mind. That's a funny joke if we were in school. I would have played that up pretty good. So it's a sphincter. It controls the diameter of a circular opening. So I'm going to put A. Now that stands for action. I know that says A, but this means action. What does this muscle do? Its job is to close the eye. What does that allow you to do? Well, in terms of functionality, it allows you to blink, which is really important because when you blink, it presses on glands that are on the outside corner of your eye, and it sprays tears under your eyelids and washes all of that goop into the corner, and it drains in the back of your throat, and then you swallow that all day. Delicious. Now, remember, we're really focused on muscles of facial expression. So, I don't know if I pointed, there we go. So we want to talk about what's the expression. So I'm going to put that in a box right here. I don't know that you really get a facial expression from blinking, but what if you only used one of these muscles at a time? What would you do then? You would wink. Huh. And that demonstrates without saying some type of understanding between two people when someone else doesn't know. It's the beauty of sarcasm. We just wink at each other and we know what we're talking about. So that's orbicularis oculi. This one allows you to blink. I'm going to blink, obviously. And for facial expression, you want to wink. Hey, I hear you. I understand. Just like that. Cover that back up. Okay, then there's another muscle right about here. And it's actually going to run back onto your head a little bit. Okay? There's a muscle right there running from the top of your brow line back to the middle of your head. Now, this is the cool part. There's no bony origin to this one. It's skin to skin. So the origin and the insertion are pretty much the same thing. Okay? So let's take that out. Oh, I better label that. That'll be B. Very good. Take that out of there. And then I'm going to go B. All right, now when you look at this muscle, it's named for its location, and it's called the frontalis muscle. It's named for its location. Remember, if you're naming a muscle for location, it's really where is the belly or the dead center of that muscle. If it's called the frontalis, what bone is it sitting on? Oh, I don't know. The frontal bone. It always amazes me that kids miss some questions on the exam when things are actually this easy. What color is the little red schoolhouse? I don't know. Blue, green, yellow. No, red. It's red. Sorry, I digress. So this muscle is called the frontalis. Now watch. Its attachment is the scalp running to the skin under the brow line. So what's the action itself? So let me bring this back in. Now if this muscle contracts and both ends can move, what will the ends do? This muscle shortens and pulls on both ends. These ends will come closer together. So the brow's going to go up and the scalp's going to come forward. So let's go back to our paper and write that. Action, two-part. 1, brow elevates. Remember, that's a directional term that means up. So the eyebrow goes up. And 2, the scalp comes forward. And you should be practicing all of these, by the way. The brow elevates and the scalp comes forward. Now, if that happens, what happens to your forehead? I want you to do it right now. Think about it. Everybody doing it. I'm doing it. Can't see me on camera, but you will. I'm doing it. Oh, look at that. What happens to your forehead? The forehead wrinkles. Now, what's the expression? If you raise your eyebrows, what's the expression? Well, if you look in your textbook, it's surprise. Whoops. Come on, Scurbs. Surprise. Do that like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Pretty cool. Well, remember, on the frontalis muscle, the eyebrows are going to go up and the skin's going to come forward. And like you can actually, if you put your fingers lightly on your scalp like this and you raise your eyebrows are not the only thing moving. Watch. Can you feel your hands coming forward? Just like that. So when you do that, look, and my skin's a lot older than yours, so you can see I have deep furrows because my skin is aging, just like I am. Let me rub those out. So when you raise your eyebrows, the forehead wrinkles. Now watch, we'll do surprise, like, whoa, 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 just like that. So I hope you're all trying that at home. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake the table. Yeah. Now I'm going to have two muscles right next to each other, so you got to make sure you follow along here. All right, there's a muscle coming. It's going to run from underneath the eye, right on the on the cheekbone, the zygomatic bone a little bit. It's going to come right down to there, right like that. And if I don't have these drawn exactly right, I'm pretty close. So I'm going to put a really dark line so you can identify, I'm pressing pretty hard on the paper, that that's a muscle right there. We'll call that one C. Let me take that out of there. Okay, I'm doing good here. And we're going to go C. This muscle is called levator labii superioris. Muscle. Levator labii superioris. And this is where kids kind of really start to abandon this whole experience. Do not be overwhelmed by the length of the names or the fact that they're in Latin. Just, you have access to the internet, on your phone, on your computer, on your laptop, you name it. You guys have it everywhere. Look these words up. Watch. Labii. That is the Latin word for lip. Superioris. You guys already know that from the bone review. Superior means above. Oh my, what? Look at this. Where's this muscle at? There's a muscle above the lip. Figure I'll make fun of you early. Now, what's this word? So this is location right here. And remember when we were doing the muscles or naming them skeletal muscles, I said they're going to start combining all of those examples that I told you. We have location here. That's where the muscle specifically is above the lip. This is an action word. Levator comes from the word elevate, which means to go up. So if you know that, let's go to action right here. Make sure I'm on camera. Good. Let's go to action right here. What does this muscle do? It elevates the upper lip. So the upper lip is going up. So if you look here, if you look right here, the origin here, insertion here, origin stays still, muscle shortens, pulls lip up. Now, in terms of facial expression, I mean, I don't even know what this says in the textbook. I'll have to look it up. I'm not sure that it does a well-defined facial expression, but it does allow you to do impersonations of two people, Billy Idol, if you know who that is, and Elvis Presley. You like raise one side of the lip. It's like, hey, baby, pass me a peanut butter and jelly. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Just do that. So in terms of facial expression, I'm not sure, but that's what it does. And you can actually do one side or the other, both at the same time. And I will tell you, this becomes very important. Manipulating your lips is very important in two things. Anybody know? Anybody know? Anybody know? Speech and eating. Imagine not having control of your lips trying to do those two things. Imagine all the sounds and the positions. It's just amazing. And when you're a little baby, you learn this naturally. It's unbelievable. So now I don't do this real good, but you think I'm moving my nose, but I'm lifting up on my lips and then my nose goes with it. But if you do one, you're like, thank you. Thank you very much. Pass me the peanut butter and jelly, baby. Thank you. Thank you. And you can do Billy Idol too, but I don't do a good Billy Idol. All right, so I'm going to take that paper out of there. Everybody should have that one. And bring this guy back in. And then there's a muscle right next to this one. And they actually run together, but I'm going to separate them just a little bit so you can see. And it's going to originate right on the zygomatic arch and then come down to the outside upper corner of the lip. This is D. Okay, so I'm going to go here, move that back out of the way. Did you guys have that? I guess you could always hit pause when you're watching the video. That's the nice thing about video lessons. You can just watch it over and over, which you should be doing. All right, let's go D. This muscle is called zygomaticus. That refers to a location and attachment point. Major. That means that there's two zygomaticus muscles. We're only going to talk about one of them, but what's major mean? This is the bigger one. Okay, let's talk about action. Now, if you look at this picture, here's the origin, there's the insertion. The anchor doesn't move, insertion moves. The insertion can only go to the anchor, to the origin. So when that happens, the outside corner of the mouth is going that way. So if I bring in this other pen, there's vertical. So the lip is not just going straight up, it's going up and out at the same time. So let's write that down. It's going to do two things. It's going to draw the corner of the mouth, 3 dots, 4 dots, up and out, or laterally. Now, if you do that, what facial expression do you get? You got it. Now, I know when you do this, there are multiple muscles putting your face in a position to express this, but this is the major muscle, the primary muscle of smiling. Sorry for the hard cut there. Lesson learned. Make sure you put on the do not disturb because I was in the middle of talking about smiling and a phone call came in and it knocked me off my video. So let's get back to where we were. If you draw the corner of the mouth up and out, collectively, both sides, what you get is smiling. And again, I understand there's a lot of muscles, but this is the primary muscle of smiling. All right, the next muscle is zygomaticus major, and don't forget that draws the corner of the mouth out and up, and it would look like this. Everybody smile with me. Go dead serious and then smile. Ready? Just like that. I can't even keep a straight face. All right, let's go bring our picture back out. Okay. And then there's a muscle right here. It goes from the corner of the mouth out to the jaw, right like that, on both sides. And we'll call that E. Okay? That is a muscle called, move that, risorius. The risorius muscle. Now, if you look right here on the picture, here's the origin, here's the insertion. So in this case, when this muscle contracts, the corner of the mouth is going to go to the origin, so it's going to go in which direction? Here we go. So let's put action. Action equals. It draws the corner of the mouth on both sides out. Facial expression. This is supposed to show tension or concern. So when everybody, imagine doing like a I'm concerned about something. I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm doing the noise with it, but that's the kind of thing about communication that, you know, it's sound, vocabulary, and facial expression, and combine that with body position. I mean, estimates are, 80 or 90% of human communication is nonverbal. Yeah, so that's why your cell phones are a terrible way to communicate. Unless, of course, you're using FaceTime, I would count that. That's probably real. Risorius runs out from the corners and shows tenseness, so it would look like this. I'm not smiling, trust me. Like you're thinking, you're thinking about something. Draw the corners out. Now there's another muscle, and this one's really cool. It's going to start like on the bottom corner of the mouth. Watch this. It's going to start right there and then insert on the mandible, but it actually has a second section that comes way down on your neck, and it's actually really big. So one muscle, but two sections. So you can control the top part and the bottom part independently. You can fire this part, then this part, use them all together. We'll call that one F. Almost done here. So if I go F right there, this muscle is called the platysma. It's called the platysma. And here's what it does. Oops, let me just keep this consistent. Action equals. It does two things. So I'll do one. Draws the corner of the lip whoops, why'd I put lib? Sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody. It draws the corner of the lip down. Now, facial expression. Facial expression. If you draw the corners of your mouth down on both sides, what are you going to get? Anybody saying it out loud? Anybody saying it out loud? What's going to happen? You're going to frown. I don't do a really good frown, but I have a hard time controlling it. I kind of look like I'm kind of tense. I don't know. But a frown. And then if you look at the second action, so that was for, here, I'll put one there, two there. The first action was just that portion, drawing that corner down, corner of the mouth down to show that frown. But the other part, which is much bigger, it's actually going to draw the mandible down. Whoops, mandible. Can't spell today. It draws the mandible down. Now, what's that going to do? That's going to open the mouth. And when's that important? When is that important? Speech, like I'm doing now, and, you guessed it, eating. All important. The next one is the platysma, and remember, it runs from the corner of the mouth to the mandible and then down on your neck. And this first part is facial expression, and it draws the corners down. I can't ignore my neck because I can't. Some people do it really well. I can't really isolate it like that. I'm so sad. Look at me. I'm sad. Now it also opens the mouth. Now to show you the platysma on your neck, I'm not going to open my mouth. I'm going to kind of fight it. Okay, ready? Watch. That's the platysma right there, and it opens the mouth. And just open. You can see all the platysma right there. All right, last superficial muscle, last one. Bring this back in. Okay. Now I'm going to draw over these muscles because they're all interconnected, but there's a muscle that goes around the lips like this. So just kind of draw that one in. Leave those other ones visible underneath. We don't want to color in too much. Well, there's a muscle that goes all the way around, and we're going to call that one G. Okay, what is G? G. G is Orbicularis labii. Orbicularis labii. Nope, that is incorrect. That is incorrect. Orbicularis oris. Can't do one lip. You got to refer to both of them. Sorry about that. That's a mistake. I'm going to get tore up on YouTube comments for that. Okay, orbicularis, you've already seen this word. This means around in a circle. What does oris refer to? And we have the word oral in our language from Latin, from Greek, which means mouth. So we have a muscle that goes around in a circle around your mouth. Action. What can it do? Okay, a bunch of things. Closes the lips. So you can purse your lips together. You just close your mouth. It also compresses the lips. So if you do this, I mean, closing the mouth, I don't know that that really shows facial expression, but when you compress the lips with power and people can see that, that's a refusal. You're like, nope, I'm not doing it. Okay? And you see this in little kids when you're trying to feed them the food on the little airplane spoon. That doesn't work. Never works. They just throw the food on the ground. Okay? And then next, it also protrudes the lips. You know, and that would be the kissy face. And for those of you who are big fans of social media, Snapchat, and taking your picture 4,000 times a day, you know what I'm talking about. You do the kissy face all the time. Now, where is this really important? The ability to control your lips in these three ways through this muscle is speech. No doubt about it. It allows us to form the sounds that make words and that make sentences and allow us to communicate with each other. The next one is Orbicularis oris, really important in speech, the ability to manipulate your lips. And it does three things. It can close the lips, it can compress the lips, and it can protrude the lips. Like that. Just like that. Those are the three things. And again, the kissy face if you're taking selfies, which I'm not, although this video is a selfie. So that is the superficial muscles of the face. We'll do deep tomorrow. See you next time.